We always think we know the answer. Every problem, every situation, we feel as though we can handle it. Without feeling as though we can handle it, we feel weak. And although we don't have the right answer, any answer or response would suffice. Now, is that wise? We're going to get into that. In this message from 2 Chronicles chapter 25, we're going to read about how pride and how if we don't chasten ourselves to completely submit ourselves to God, all of our works could be in vain. And it doesn't matter if you have success 1 year, 10 years, or 50 years. The point is you have to have a heart that is perfect unto God. And what does that mean? You serve Him with everything. We could have things that are going right within our lives and we give God 1/10 of everything that we have. But we still decide not to serve God with our full hearts. So maybe in our business, we don't deal correctly, right? We see an opportunity to gain 5% more in our revenues and we take advantage of that. And we never think for that one act of disobedience, God will requite it 10 times over your head. No. God is a good God. God is a loving God. God is a compassionate God, and He is. But you forgot that God is living, and He can still do what He has written in old that He would do. And we're seeing it in our lives, but no one is connecting the dots. We have made up in our minds as well as within our hearts that it is good to serve God, not a necessity to serve God. And that's what makes it different. That's why we cannot come to having a heart that is perfect before God, because we just think it is good. And things that are good for you, you do it sometimes, right? When you're in the mood, when it's convenient, because it's not necessary for you to benefit from. So why do I need to do it all the time? I know that it's good to take a walk every now and again. It's good to exercise. It's good to serve God. But what we fail to come to the understanding of is that it is a necessity if we want to prosper in our ways. We start in verse 1 of 2 Chronicles chapter 25. Amaziah was 25 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned 29 years in Jerusalem, and his mother name was Jehoaddan of Jerusalem. And he did that which was right in the sight of the Lord, but not with a perfect heart. Let's stop right there. Pastor, I'm doing what is right. I'm really trying. God doesn't want a heart that tries, not when He's made a heart to be perfect. I've mentioned this before, and I'm going to say it again. Our heart has many layers to it, like an onion. When you get to the core, there's life. It's all the passion. It's all the things that we truly hold dear, the things that we would die for, the things that we cherish. Because from the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. So it's our very secrets, our thoughts, our feelings, all buried down to the very core. Now, through life, we learn to cover those things up. Those are the layers. And so we put on these facades in order to prove to people that we are like them. We are for them. We're there to help them. Now, I know what you're thinking. This sounds sinister. This sounds evil. This sounds wrong. But question within yourself, is it right? Are you doing it? When you go to work and you say hi to that coworker that you truly don't love, do you go home and say, well, I better fast and pray because I need to get my heart right. This is someone that I'm going to be working alongside. And I need to have a perfect heart towards them and not trying to seek an opportunity for them to fail, right? They may not be the wisest. They may not be the strongest. They may not be the fastest to do projects, but it doesn't matter. God looks at my heart and how I deal with those individuals, even those who despitefully use me. Don't we hear and read in the Bible that David even prays for those who despitefully uses him? And do we think that we're going to escape by placing it deep within our heart, within the core of our hearts, these secrets, and cover them up with layers, with our fake smiles, our fake conversations. Sometimes we are so good at faking it that the very people that we hate or despise, these are the ones that actually come to us for advice. And what's worse is we give them our advice, knowing that our heart is not perfect within us. Now, if we dissect that, we could say, well, God gave us an opportunity all those months, all those years to make our hearts right because he knew there's going to come a time that that person would come to us for advice. And that advice could have changed them to be better, even changed their minds. But you wanted the short-term solution. You wanted the easy way out. And so you spent years just placing this envy and hate within your heart. And you wasted a life where you could have bettered your heart, bettered the individuals that despitefully use you, and changed your situation for good.